Most people overpay for car insurance, not because they're careless, but because switching feels like too much hassle. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry compares rates side by side from over 50 top insurers and helps you switch with ease. Jerry even tracks market rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Switch with confidence. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/Libsyn today. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.
All right, y'all. Before we dive in, a quick heads up.
This show is raw, real, and definitely not rated PG.
We're talking about adult themes, sexual content, and the kind of stuff you probably don't want blasting through your speakers at work or around your kids.
So grab some headphones, pour your drink of choice, and get comfy.
Oh, and just so we're clear, we are not licensed therapists, counselors, or sex coaches. Sex coaches.
Sex coaches.
Not sex couches.
We're just a couple of people sharing our lives, experiences, and sexy adventures. An ethical non-monogamy. So with that, pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris. And on today's Quickie, we're going back to the confessional because you all have been busy.
Yeah.
And we've got 2 submissions that were too good not to put together in one episode.
Yeah, both of these come straight from the anonymous confessional on our website. You know, you've heard of it. I've said it every time. And I want to say this up front. The fact that people are using that feature the way it was intended, being this honest and this vulnerable, it means everything to us.
Yes.
This is exactly why we built it.
Mm-hmm. These are 2 different situations today, but both are incredibly relatable. So let's get into it, baby.
Yeah, and real quick, if you have something on your chest that you need to get off or a question that you can't ask anyone in your real life, head to beyond-monogamy.com and drop it in the 100% anonymous confessional. No name, no login, no one will ever know it was you. We do read every single one, and you can opt out of having it on the show. If there's a question there that you just got to hit yes or no. If you don't want it on the show, we won't talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
That's right. All right. So here's the first confessional. I'm going to read this one in full. Hi, Adam and Pris. I'm the wife of the latest newbie confessioners poster. Thank you for answering my husband's questions. I really appreciate all the advice. My husband has been really supportive in taking his whole process slow, and I truly appreciate him. I also want to thank Pris for saying a lot of thoughts she has had that echo my own. It reassures me that she and I have similar outlooks and thoughts. We've been talking about the upcoming Halloween takeover and the lifestyle a lot over the last few months. One of the things we decided to do to prepare is to do some role play in an upcoming trip to Houston. In that trip, we plan to meet at the bar acting like strangers and to hook up. One of my fantasies is sitting at the bar and a stranger, aka my husband, buying me a drink and us hitting it off after a lot of spicy touching. Then we make our way to the room and the rest of the fun ensues. Are there any recommendations from you guys to spice things up like this to prepare us for the takeover? Also, one of our worries is other people coming on to us. You both have said we would just need to set boundaries. Are there any ways we can easily let others know what we are about and our boundaries? I don't imagine that we would come across people who state their kinks up front. We just wanted to avoid the long conversation to get to know each other that ends up with us declining their offer. Thank you for any advice you both have for us.
Okay. Well, I love this couple so much.
Yeah,
First, shout out to the husband for being patient and supportive. That really matters.
that's right.
Yes.
And this is such a fun submission because it's 2 questions in one.
Mhm.
How do we make the role play experience great?
Mhm.
And how do we handle unwanted attention at an event without it being awkward? Let's talk about it.
All right, let's do that.
So you tell me.
All right, so we're going to start with the first one, which
How
was,
do we make the role play experience great?
oh, that's more you.
Well,
You're kind of my guide in that.
that's the the thing about it is that you and I, when we role play, it's more or less when we're having sex. We've never actually done the role play in public,
No.
which I think is
It's
friggin'
very
hot.
hot.
I think that
I've
is
always
a
wanted to
great
do
idea.
I've always wanted to do what she's doing.
Yeah.
I've always wanted
Yeah.
to do that.
The thing about it though is if you're gonna do it, like, commit. I'm talking
Yes.
commit.
And then get on
Like,
our voicemail
don't
and let
break.
us know how it goes.
Yeah, don't
Like, don't
break
break.
on that one.
Yeah.
So like you see him, he really is in your mind a complete stranger. You don't know this person. You know what I mean? Like if you guys
Yeah.
are really going to role play, don't do that wink wink nudge nudge can I buy you a drink
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like this is severely
Like actors.
yeah,
Like, do
like,
it.
do it, commit to it 100% because
That's kind of
y'all
hot.
it is kind of hot.
We got to do that.
And you can also use it as practice on how you would talk to somebody who maybe is coming up to you, who is in in a lifestyle situation, say like at the takeover,
Mhm.
and how are you going to handle this? So you can do the role play where it's hot and sexual, and you guys go do your thing, or you can do the legit role play where you guys are practicing how to handle attention from others at the hotel
Ooh,
takeover.
yeah.
Because that's kind of leading into the second question,
Yeah. Yeah.
and in how to handle the unwanted attention. How do you handle the unwanted attention?
Girl, I don't like attention, but I like attention.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
disgusting.
So when Adam says unwanted attention, like for me, unwanted attention
Is
be from
every
like
kind of
somebody. It would be somebody that he knows I just will not like care for or care for because say this person is like overly intoxicated and then comes and tries to like hit on me. That's the kind of unwanted attention he's talking about. I'm not down for that. But I handle it two ways. I either handle it very bitchy and cold
That's
or
true.
very sweet and nice. I really
Depends on
try
how
to
she's feeling that day.
I really try to aim for the latter, but
Yeah, I mean, it really is what it is. So here's one thing that she struggles with. She doesn't like to be called beautiful. She doesn't like it when people are like,
well,
"Hey, beautiful," and this and
I'm
that.
getting better at that, baby.
Well, so I was going to ask you. So
Yeah.
when they do it in person, how do you react to it?
I have a lot of friends that just say that.
Yeah.
All our friends pretty much that's the way we greet each other, right? And the guys too. So I've kind of gotten over that because it's so stupid and so minute and so little. It's like it's so dumb for me. And so but there's other people that do it. They're like, "Ooh, hey sexy." And it's like, cringe.
Yeah, we don't know each other.
I ignore.
Yeah.
I'm great at an ignore.
Like you pretend like it wasn't said.
Yeah,
ignore?
or I'll be like, "Hi, thanks."
And then move
I'll
on.
I'll do a really fake. But you're new to the lifestyle, and I'm gonna tell you that there's not a lot of attention you're gonna get if you're a woman. Like you're gonna get attention. It is what it is. Men love women. Women love women. It's just. You're
Yeah.
gonna get the attention. Now unwanted attention. Are you? Maybe she's meaning unwanted like approaches. Like I think you think that you're gonna go to the takeover and someone's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm I'm Jackie, and I think you're hot, and do you want to go upstairs?" It's not like that. I've been in the lifestyle for longer than 15 years, and it's not like that.
Well, not to say it doesn't happen.
It does happen, but it happens mainly when a lot of people are very, very much intoxicated.
Yeah, so it doesn't naturally come out
No.
that way. People don't normally just come out swinging like that, so to speak. Everybody is just as nervous as you probably are.
Well put, baby.
Oh, I mean, that's really the case. Like,
Yeah.
I remember going into every single event feeling like a Chihuahua dog, just constantly shaking. I
Yeah.
was afraid of this and that and the other. And then we'd get there and we would see a lot of our friends and we would talk and they would be just as, not scared, but nervous, anxious. They didn't know what to expect, this
Yeah.
and that. And so then they start drinking because that makes things chill. Well, I'm stoned, so that makes things chill for me.
Yeah.
But that's everybody is pretty much, unless they're seasoned in this, and they do this almost every weekend. And pretty much everybody has the willies.
Yeah. And if you do get a brave couple that decides to approach you, just be kind, because they made themselves vulnerable as well. And if you're just, y'all are not going to play, you just say, oh, we just came to watch. We're not playing. We're not playing at this time. They're going to be super understanding.
Yeah.
It's the way they approach you, and it's the way you give them back, your answer. So,
But also, if they react poorly, that makes it real easy for you to say, okay, peace, dude.
yeah,
Take it easy.
yeah.
We
You're
don't
off of
need
my
you.
list, sir.
Yeah. Make sure that you know that you are worth way more than what you think people view you as.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to say yes to anybody if you're not 100%. You don't have to do anything or play along with anybody at
Mhm.
all. Like,
No.
this is, your feelings are very, very much in play on this. And you want to make sure that what you're feeling is comfort and
Yes,
safety.
for sure.
And the
Because that
moment you
makes it
don't feel
fun.
it.
That makes
Yeah,
it more fun.
exactly.
And it's okay to say no.
It is okay to
It's
say
okay
no.
to say no. I mean, I have trouble saying no sometimes. I'm gonna be super, super honest with you. It's hard sometimes,
And we don't
but
want to kill the vibe, right? That's the
yeah,
fear. I don't want to kill the vibe. Everybody's having a good time. I don't want to say, "Hey, sorry, but no, I don't." Nobody wants to be
yeah.
labeled the bitch or the asshole who just made things awkward.
But
But
we've talked about it so much now that
yeah,
I understand it's not going to come out like that. That I have to be in the relationship. I have to be the one who stops it. If we've already talked about it beforehand,
yeah,
because he doesn't know how to. He doesn't like to say no. He doesn't like to,
I don't.
and sometimes it's hard for me to say no as well. But I think you guys are doing good, especially with the role play beforehand. I
Yeah,
think that's going to give them a little bit of a
it's so smart.
like a little bit of relaxation.
Yeah.
Like, not so, you're not going to be thinking about it so heavy, and just kind of like go with the flow.
Well, really good improv comedians, they go to improv class. They role play. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And if you want to get used to being able to communicate with new people at an event like a hotel takeover, you guys should role play different things,
Yeah.
different types of environments. Okay, this person, you're going to go to the bathroom, and I'm going to sit here waiting for you to get back, and somebody's going to come and say hello to me. You're that person.
Hmm.
Or, how am I gonna get out of this? Or
Yeah.
is this something that I really want? Different hypothetical situations you can
Yeah.
work through.
And also, maybe get to know some of the people that are going to the Houston takeover. Like, maybe there's a
Oh
Discord,
yeah.
or maybe there's a Facebook group, or maybe when you RSVP, there's some kind of link that you can get to know people. Usually they do have some kind of communication, some groups, and you can get to know people, and maybe like set up some chats
Yeah. Ahead of time.
ahead of time. Get your feet in the water, right then and there. You can straight up tell them your boundaries,
Yeah.
straight up tell them your rules,
Yeah.
your I was gonna say demographic, your
Your
demographics,
dynamics.
your dynamics.
And that was part of one of the things that you were asking was, you don't want to waste any time. You don't want to waste anybody else's time. You don't want to waste your own time.
I'm very quick
Um,
about that.
So that's what dynamic is for. When you
Yeah.
meet somebody, one of the first things that you should be asking them is, well, what's y'all's dynamic?
Mhm.
Because if they say, well, we play separately and you guys do not play separately, then these people are not for you.
Mhm.
And why waste your time? And it's
Mhm.
like, okay, well, it's nice to meet you. Moving on. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Don't waste your time. Don't waste their time, and you'll be fine. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? But yeah, express your dynamic. What is it that you guys are advertising yourselves as, so to
Mhm.
speak? Are you guys a full swap? Are you separate play? Are you same room swap?
Are
Are you
is
soft swap?
are y'all bisexual?
Are y'all not swap at all?
Yeah,
Still
like,
watching?
yeah, parallel play. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many questions. I've actually made a little PDF about that, babe.
Did you?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna offer it to everybody for free.
Oh wow.
Yeah, some questions
Look at
that
you.
they can like just learn about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you with your lifestyle propaganda. Push that lifestyle propaganda.
Yeah. So, I
Yeah.
mean, they can at least learn. There's some questions in there that'll help them at least break the ice on certain things.
That's right.
I wish there was something like that around when we started.
You know, I really wish there was. I wish our show was around when we started because I could have used that information that we had. If I knew then what I know now.
If I knew
Oh, my
then what I
goodness.
didn't know now, I wish I could start this whole thing over again.
See,
Okay.
and I, if I knew then what I know now, I wouldn't have even started with that. I would have kept that one to myself. But you know, it really, I think the role playing thing is awesome.
I do
And
too.
honestly, that's really spiced up something in my head. I think
I
I'm gonna try
know.
something
We
cool.
are.
Yeah, I think and I'm talking like really commit. I'm talking
Like
we take
from-
Ubers to the place. We don't
Yes.
even drive together.
That's kind of
We
hot.
take Ubers together. We maybe one of us is there early
Uh-huh.
and one of us is there later. And you know, I buy you a drink.
When do you break it?
You break it after I come. Yeah. Then after that,
Boom,
actually,
3 minutes.
actually, no. If we could keep that, then you can just take your own Uber back home. Get out of here, girl. Go clean yourself up.
My wife's coming.
My wife's waiting in the car. Oh my gosh.
Wait, are we getting a hotel? Who's paying for
God,
that?
I hope not. I don't want to get a hotel.
Well, where are we going to go? Wait, are we hooking up the first night?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
I fully expect to get some on the first night. I'll be really disappointed. I ain't calling you back after that.
You hear that,
Kidding
ladies?
me? Hey, my wife told me I don't have to work as hard. So why would I work so hard at the role play? I'm gonna work at the role play. Come on, you're a sure thing. I'm not gonna have to work that
I
hard.
don't know if I have options. I don't know if I'm a sure thing anymore.
You're a total sure thing. I know exactly what meal to buy you. We're good. I'm not even worried about it. I'll put on your favorite show. Forget it.
We're
Sex.
coming back home.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna get a hotel room.
Well, you said commit to the end. Broke ass. Forget that. I'm pretty much busy.
I already came. It's okay. I got mine. Oh my gosh. You see what happens? You
No,
see what
I mean, I
happens?
think it's hot. I think you guys
do.
are going to have a really good time.
Okay, wait. Before we go any further, firm tech. We have to talk about firm tech.
Yes. Okay. So Firm Tech makes the tech ring.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It's not what you might think. Well, it kind of is, but it's so much more than that.
Yeah. It's a wearable ring that helps with firmness and blood flow, and it actually connects to an app that tracks data.
Real data. Like it tells you exactly what's going on.
And there's actual clinical research behind it. This isn't some random gimmick.
And then there's the ring mate. I saw this thing. It's an attachment that goes on the tech ring specifically for your partner's pleasure. Looks just like a tongue.
Hey, so everybody wins.
Everybody wins. It really is a whole situation.
A good situation.
A very good situation. Use code BEYOMONO at firmtech.co. That's BEYOMONO and get 15% off.
Okay, now where were we?
All right. Anyhow, let's move into our second confessional. This one is a little bit heavier, but really, really important.
Okay. Yeah, this one, it hit close to home for me in some ways. I think a lot of people are going to hear themselves in this one.
Yeah, here we go. I haven't been a swinger for long, about 18 months. My fiance and I have been together for 2 years in July. He's been a swinger for the better part of 20 plus years. I will start by saying I have a lot of relationship trauma from previous relationships. That being said, I'm in therapy and working through a lot of it, but it's still a battle a lot of the time. Before I got into the lifestyle with my fiance, I was in the BDSM lifestyle. So I have some experience with alternative lifestyles and was and still am genuinely interested in pursuing this with my fiance. Here's where I am having a difficult time. When we got together, we talked at length about things we wanted and didn't want. A big thing for both of us is we didn't want poly in any aspect. Our focus was on our primary relationship, and the swinging was to be the spice, on occasion, to our relationship. I still very much want things that way, and he does too, or so he says. But I have made the realization that he is, in fact, poly. Perhaps not in the romantic sense of the word, but he very much wants and needs a closer connection with people he plays with. I prefer a very superficial connection with my partners, limited contact and conversation. I've brought up that this makes me very uncomfortable and it's a trigger. It feels like he's juggling multiple relationships and it feels very poly to me. He doesn't see the correlation in his actions. He views poly as only romantic and not in any way poly because it's not romantic. I'm struggling to handle this disconnect in our relationship, and I'm not sure how to move past my insecurities. I'd love some advice if you have any. Thanks for listening, and I love your podcast. You guys have been great wealth of knowledge for me on my journey.
First, I see you. And I want to say the fact that you're in therapy, that you know your triggers, that you can articulate this so clearly is amazing. That's not someone with insecurities. That's someone doing their work.
Yeah, this is definitely not a simple who's right kind of situation. Both of them are operating from completely genuine spaces, but they are describing fundamentally different styles of engagement in the lifestyle.
Mhm.
And that gap is real.
Yeah.
And it matters.
Yep.
Yeah. So what you're describing, it actually has a name. It's a connection style difference. Some people are kitchen table, some are
Mm.
parallel.
Mhm.
He sounds like he's kitchen table, and I think maybe you're possibly parallel if we had to put labels
I
on it.
mean, she's not poly at all.
No, not at all. But we're talking about connection style. Now,
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm pretty much her.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty,
This is a very
this is,
real
this is us.
conversation because this is us essentially. Yeah.
I am not, I am not poly. You use a really good word that I like. I'm superficial. It's very, I don't need to have the everyday conversation. I don't need to have the, every time we see each other type of connection. Like we're just friends. And if we have time to play, we can play. I'm there. Well, that's where I'm at. Adam is more,
I'm different. So I
yeah,
like the connection.
yeah,
And while we did the poly thing, we were poly for 5 years and it was primarily because of me because I
yeah.
wanted to experience a lot of connections with others. And I wanted to see how that would work out. And so it wasn't for both of us. She didn't enjoy it and I did for the most part. But when we realized, okay, this is a gap here. She didn't want to
Mhm.
hold me back from being able to connect with others, but she also didn't want to be poly and she didn't want me to be poly.
Yeah.
Now, poly is romantic. So if it's a many friendship thing, um, I wouldn't really classify that as romantic. And I wouldn't classify that as poly if it's not romantic. But I do understand what you're saying. Um, all of these separate friendships are separate connections, and each connection is fulfilling for him in a way of, that bond that
Mhm.
you get with someone. Now, that is something that I need. And for the longest time, Pris didn't understand why. And we
Mhm.
had to really go back to the root of why. Why do I feel this incessant need to be liked by so many, but also to have strong connections with every single person?
Mhm.
And it did feel like I was
And
juggling a lot of friendships
it
for a
was,
long
and
time.
also it's a lot, and I don't know how to bring it all together, but, like, I knew what he wanted, but then I knew that he didn't need to, like, he wanted to do the whole poly thing, but you also put in a lot of effort into that, like, sometimes it consumed you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and that was one thing that I didn't really understand, Polly. I did all my own research. I didn't have anybody to talk to me about it, so I
Mhm.
was really learning as I went. And I felt like if I wasn't actively dating, if I didn't actively have a girlfriend on the side doing my thing, I wasn't successful poly, which is just
Yeah,
stupid saying that
and
out loud.
so
But a lot of us have that feeling,
yeah,
and you force yourself into
yeah,
situations.
yeah.
Yeah. There's water?
No, okay, it just went down. So yeah, that was, and for me, I'm very different. I don't need to have that even as a swinger. Now I'm starting to make more friends and want more of a connection, but that took years for me to get here.
Well, you started realizing that the sex can be more fulfilling if you actually are friends with the person, which and that was one thing was she's like, "Yeah, I had a few conversations with him. I think I'm good." And it's like, "Well, that's not really friends. Like you got to be actual friends and that to be a true friend to somebody, it takes work. It takes work, it takes time, it takes being there for him, it takes conversations. And he's probably getting a fulfillment of friendship out of that. Like I said, I understand it because I have that, but
Mhm.
mine comes from a place of trauma as a youth because I was in an abusive household. I didn't feel loved, and I didn't. I struggled throughout school, feeling liked even. So to want to feel liked by everybody is very big for me, and I like to have very meaningful friendships with people, and I like to up until recently, I love to have as many connections with people as possible. I've kind of gone into a bit of hermit mode as of lately, just because I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted, and,
Mhm.
when you're in the mix nonstop, 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 you just kinda have to, uh, take every moment as it comes, and if you have quiet moments, you just gotta take 'em.
Mhm.
And so that's why I'm not really juggling much right now, but I get it. Um, I don't know what his reason for it is, but I guarantee you if you guys sit down and talk about it, you can probably trace all the way back why he
Mhm.
feels that way.
Mhm.
It could be something that a parent did
Yeah.
or a traumatic moment, something. There's some reason why this is a need.
Mhm.
And it isn't anything that
That you're
that
lacking
you're
or not
lacking
giving to
from
him.
or yeah, you don't really there's nothing that you can really do to make that situation better except to talk and to better understand why that's happening. And then once you've got a hold of it, then you two can talk even more openly about, okay, look, these are our boundaries. There's no crossing that. Let's make sure we have an agreement on every situation that could come up. And let's make sure that we have a clear yes or no. There's no gray area here
Mhm.
because anything can come up. And then you just go on from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's something where it's going to take a lot of communication. You guys
Yeah.
have to really discuss it, and he's got to be willing to hear your side as well. And you're going to have to willing to be hearing his side as well. Like you got to communicate. It's something like for us, one of us has to give, right? It is what it is. And you just figure out where your insecurity of maybe the poly issue is coming from. I know where mine came from. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just something that I don't like to share that type of romanticness from my spouse. I don't want he doesn't need to give that to anybody else but me. So
And it doesn't bother me
yeah,
seeing her
and so
do it with
that
anybody.
yeah, it doesn't bother him.
We're just very different people,
Yeah.
and that's gonna happen.
Mhm.
I've had people ask me before, "Well, what what do we do?" He is more poly and I'm more lifestyle, and I don't wanna be poly. What do we do? Is this the end of our relationship? And it's like, "Well, no."
Yeah.
Um, you have to have that conversation of what's more important to us. Is your non-monogamy, is your pursuit for poly
Yeah.
more important than the relationship? Because if so, I don't want our relationship to hold you back.
Mhm.
But these are my boundaries. These are my hard boundaries, and I don't want to be poly, and I don't want us to be poly.
Yeah. And
We
so
can
you
be
just
non-monogamous
communicate.
in this way. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah, you just communicate it.
You communicate, guys.
Yeah. Doesn't it sounds easy. I know we make it sound easy. It's an uncomfortable conversation. They're never easy.
No.
But just be prepared to keep an open mind and
Yes.
an
Be
open
kind.
heart. Be
You
kind.
be kind.
Yeah, all the way.
Yes.
Got to be kind.
And I just want to say loving someone and being incompatible in your lifestyle can both be true at the same time. And you don't have to choose between acknowledging the love and acknowledging the person.
Well said.
Thanks.
Good job. And to our confessor, you are not crazy. You're not insecure. You just had an agreement and you deserve a partner who honors it or renegotiates it honestly. So keep going to therapy and keep advocating for yourself. All right, that's our quickie for today. 2 incredible submissions and 2 very real conversations that we know hit home for more than just the people who wrote it in. If that was you in either of these situations, we hope that you got something useful out of today.
And if you have something on your chest, drop it in our 100% anonymous confessional at www.beyond-monogamy.com. No name, there's no login, no receipts. It's just you being honest. It might just become the next episode.
Yeah, and if today's episode resonated, share that shit, man. Text it to your partner. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or YouTube or even Spotify because you know that you love us. I'm telling you. That kind of keeps our show growing and keeps reaching the people who need it.
Yes. And for even more lifestyle content, come find us on fullswapradio.com. We're live every Thursday at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central. Good people, real talk, all lifestyle.
Yes, and events. Crazy Winter Nights 2027 in Kansas City, February 19th through the 21st of 2027. Use code BAYOMONO at checkout and save some money. You get that discount. You can come out and see us and write it on your calendar.
Yes. And we have our very own Beyond Monogamy event at Club Eden in San Antonio on June 20th at 9 p.m. Central. We want to see you there. Just remember, Club Eden requires a membership, guys, to attend. So go in their website, go log in, create a membership, do all that good stuff. You can rent a table, couch, get on it now.
Yeah.
All the information is in our event tab.
That's right. Wow. You are sexy when you are good at this sort of thing. Oh my goodness. With that, we thank you all for joining us for another episode, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.